This is Lit Up by Buckcherry. I'm going to show you every single note of the song. But before we get started, I need to show you some of the tools you're going to need, those being power chords and what I like to call one-finger split chords, so that you can use them to play the verses and choruses. Now the way you do a power chord is, it's basically a two-note chord. So it's also called technically a major dyad. It's not a true chord, but for all practical purposes, everyone calls them power chords. Basically what you do is you use your first finger on any given string. In this case, I'm using the 3rd fret of the 6th string. And then you bring your 3rd finger to the next string over, 2 frets above it. In this case, my 3rd finger is on the 5th fret on the 5th string. So if you can do that, you're good to go for this song. Now these are movable chords. As you see, I can move them from one set of strings to the other. You may recognize that as being the first part of the song. Okay, the other tool you'll need to use is these one-finger split chords. And what I'm doing here is I have my first finger across the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. And I'm plucking only those strings. And then we're going to use our 2nd and 3rd fingers for other chords. Also split chords. The 2nd finger always being 1 fret above the 1st finger on the 2nd string. 3rd finger always being 2 frets above the 1st finger on the 4th string. So it's going to look like that. In this case, I have my 2nd finger on the 6th fret of the 2nd string and my 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the 4th string. So if we were to put this together, there's our first intro and verse riff to the song, which we're going to explore in the next segment of the video. Now we're going to learn the intro and verse to Lit Up. I'm going to play it once through with the music. Next we're going to learn it chord for chord. It all starts on a C chord, which is a power chord, with our root on the 5th string, 1st finger, and 3rd finger, 5th fret, 4th string. Then we're going to move that chord over one set of strings so that our 1st finger is on the 6th string, and play that 3 times. Then we're going to move back to the 3rd. And then back to 6th fret, or 6th string rather. Sorry about that. So it looks like this. Next we're going to move up to our partial chord, 5th fret, 1st finger, across the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings, the one we learned earlier. And then our other partial chord where we had our 2nd and 3rd fingers in. So far we have this. Then we're going to go. So for this little part here, see, I'm just alternating our 1st finger partial chord and our 2nd and 3rd finger chord. And the way the strumming breaks down for this one, we we do 2 of these, then we go. Just strictly alternated after that. So that's what our verse riff is going to look like. Let's move along to the chorus. Okay, here's the chorus to the song. It all starts with our power chord shape up on the 6th fret, root on the 5th string. Then we're going to move that over, 1 set of strings, move it up to 8th fret, 5th string root, and then to 8th fret 6th string root. So far we have this. Then we're going to move it back down to 6th again. And that's going to be our first section. Next section. Which is 3rd fret, 6th string root, 3rd fret, 5th string root, back to 6th string root, slide it up to 6th fret, back to 3rd, and there's our second section. And that happens twice. Once, twice. Third section, we're going to move our first finger all the way up to 8th fret on 5th string root. And then all the way down to 3rd fret, 5th string root. So we have 8th to 3rd. And that only happens once. And then we're going to go from 1st fret to 3rd fret to wrap it up. Now, during the first chorus, they only go through it once. In all the other sections of the song, they go through it twice. And in the other sections, there's this little fill here. At which point we just move our first finger off the 6th string and back on, off, slide, back to 3rd fret, up to speed. So the whole thing's going to look like this. When it's all put together. So there's the whole chorus played slowly, chord for chord. Let's go ahead and I'll do it with the music for you one more time, so now that you've seen that, so that you can get a feel for what it looks like one more time. Have it, the chorus to the song. Let's move along to the next part. Okay, there's one last transition we have to look at. That happens between the last verse of the song and the last chorus. The last verse being where there's just bass, drums, and vocals and no guitar. I'll play it along with the music once for you so you can see it. So it's just 4 chords, 4 power chords. Couldn't be easier. Starts on 3rd fret, 6th string root, slide it down to 1st fret, over to 3rd fret, 5th string root, slide it down to 1st fret. So we have 6th string root, 3rd, 1st, then 3rd string root to 1st. One more time. And then we're back into the chorus after that. This is the first solo to Lit Up. I'm going to play it along with the music once for you so you can get a feel for how it sounds. Now you're only going to hear music in the right ear if you're listening in stereo, because that is the place where the solo predominantly is. So I decided to isolate it. So there's nothing wrong with your computer. We're just doing it with the right ear. And then we'll slow it down in a little bit. The whole riff starts with your 3rd finger on the 5th fret, 4th string. After that we're going to move to 1st finger, 3rd fret, 3rd string. And then back to our original note. So far we have this. After that we're going to move our 3rd finger over to the 5th fret on the 3rd string. Kind of roll it over, and then back to our original note. So we have this so far. And then we're going to go 1st finger, 3rd fret, 3rd string, to 5th fret, 3rd finger, 4th string. So far we have that. Then we're going to hit these two together, which is 3rd fret, 3rd string and 2nd string, both with your 1st finger. And then we're going to bend the 5th fret on the 3rd string. Then we're going to use our 1st finger on both the 2nd string and 1st strings, individual notes. So we have this. Kind of bluesy. Next, we're going to use our 3rd finger on the 6th fret. We're going to bring it up there and bend the 2nd string. So far we have this. Then we're going to pick that one again. Back to 1st finger on 3rd fret, 1st string. After that, we're going to go 6th fret, 3rd string, 3rd fret, also on 2nd string, then 6th fret, 3rd string. So we have this, the whole thing. And that's a triplet. Those notes are played a little quicker. Next we have 2nd finger, 5th fret, 3rd string, followed by 1st finger, 2nd string, 3rd fret. Flop it over here to 3rd string, 3rd fret. Then use 3rd finger on 5th fret, 3rd string. Back to our 1st finger. And finish the lick with our 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the 4th string. So the whole lick. Now I'm going to slow it down with the music using my SoundForge program and play it through a couple times like that so you can hear it with the music slowly. and then we'll move on to the next lick. So there we have it, the first solo to the song. Let's move along. This is the second solo. Okay, so there it is through from the beginning to end along with the music. Now we're going to learn it note for note. And I'm going to do a little bit of zooming here in between so you can get a better idea of what's going on. And here we go. You can see my hands a little better. So in between I might squirm around a little bit, but it's also you can see this solo a little bit better. Let's start where the solo starts. It starts on the 3rd fret. We're going to slide to the 5th. We're using our 3rd finger, and this is all on the 4th string. Next, we're going to go to 3rd fret, 3rd string, and then back to our original note. 5th fret, 4th string. So we have. Then back to 3rd fret note, bend, 5th fret, 3rd string, similar to what we saw in the first solo. So we have, and then that same blues thing again, 1st finger over both 2nd and 1st string on 3rd fret, just like we saw in the first solo. And then a bend, just like we saw in the first solo. Bend on the 6th fret, 2nd string. So the whole lick. Then we're going to slide way up here to the 18th fret. Using our 2nd finger, we're going to slide up here to 17th, and our 1st finger is going to go on 15th, 2nd string. Then 3rd finger, 18th fret. And then we're going to bend 17th fret, 3rd string, while our 3rd finger maintains its position on 18th fret, 2nd string. So the whole thing looks like this. We slide up. And then we bring our finger back down for 2 notes. Here I have some individual notes in between. Now on the recording this happens really fast. It speeds along pretty quickly. It's like, and then he slides back down. So it's best to listen to the recording and get a feel for the rhythm. It's something that's really hard to convey in words or on video. So listen closely to the recording. After that, we're going to go to 15th, play that twice. And then to 17th fret, 4th string, back to 15th, then 17th, both strings, 15th. So the whole thing looks like this. And then back to 17th. So we have this. Again. Then, which is 3rd finger, 17th fret, 3rd string. Hold the 15th fret. Back to 17th, 4th string. 15th, 3rd string. And 17th, 4th string. And then we ended up with some bends. And what I'm doing here is keeping my 1st finger anchored on the 15th fret first string and using my third finger to bend the 18th fret second string. Do that one 3 times, and use second finger on 17th. Bend that one, and then back to 18th, and slide it down. And there we have it, the second solo to the song. Let's play it along slowly with the music now, so you can get an idea of what it looks like when I speed it down a little bit here. I'm using my SoundForge program to do this. It's a great program to use if you're trying to learn licks and figure out songs. I use it to figure out all my licks, play them that go by pretty fast. I play them slowly at first and then work them up to speed. Here we go. There we have it slowed down, played note for note, and played up to speed. Let's move on to the next part of the lesson. Okay, here's the thing. This is kind of a long one, so we'll start at the beginning. I'm hoping that you looked at the first solo already, because I'm just kind of going to blaze through the first lick or two because they're exactly the same as the first solo. All starts on the 5th fret of the 4th string, just like I did on the first solo. And then we're going to do the same idea. Same thing as we did in the first solo. 5th here to 1st here on 3rd string, back to 5th on 4th string, flop our finger over, 5th fret 3rd string, back to 5th fret 4th string, flopping our finger over, then 1st finger 3rd fret 3rd string, and back to 5th fret 4th string, the whole thing. Then we're going to use our first finger on both the 3rd string and 2nd string and go like that. 3rd, 2nd, 3rd. And then refer back to our first note. So the whole thing. Then we have a little thing in here that goes like this, which is 5th fret 4th string to 3rd fret 4th string, and then back to 5th fret 4th string. So there's our first phrase. Next, we're going to do the same thing. And then bend 5th fret 3rd string with our 3rd finger, then 1st finger across both 2nd string and 1st strings, and then a little bend here on the 5th fret, pull the 3rd, both on the 3rd string, and then 3rd finger to 5th fret 4th string. So that lick looks like this. So far we have this. Next we're going to repeat our first lick again. Except we ended this time with 3, 3, 5, as opposed to what we did last time. So the whole thing again. 3, 3, 5. And lastly, we do this lick again. Except here, we take it only that far. Bend it a little. 3, 6th fret on the 2nd string with your 3rd finger. Pull the 3rd. Then we're going to come back to 6th. And bend it. So that section looks like this. And I call that the first phase of the whole first lick. I'll play through that one more time for you, and then we'll move on to the second phase. Now it's time for the second phase, which sounds like this. What we're going to do here is start with our first finger on the 6th fret on the 2nd string and our second finger on the 7th fret on the 3rd string, and slide that up to the 8th fret, and then apply our 3rd finger on the 10th fret here on the 3rd string. And we play that 3 times. Now, to give it a little bit of an extra ring, slightly brush the pick against the 2nd string while you're playing the 3rd string note. You don't want it to sound like this. Just real subtle. Much more pick on the 3rd string than the 2nd string. And then we're going to play our 2nd string note, which is the 8th fret, 1st finger. Bring 2nd finger over here to 9th fret, 3rd string. And then 3rd finger, 10th fret, 3rd string. Full phrase. Then we're going to do 10, 10, and slide it to 12. Then an open string. So that's our first lick. Open. Then we're going to slide 10 to 12 again. Pluck 12s twice. Open. 10, slide to 12. Now, that part of the song is easier heard than explained. I could sit here all day and say, you know, you do 10 twice, slide to 12, open, 10, slide to 12, 12 twice, 10 to 12. But it's best to just listen to the audio, maybe slow it down with SoundForge or one of those programs, and get a feel for how it all fits together. So let's see here. That leaves us to the last couple licks. So after here, we're going to slide down from the 12th fret, and what I'm doing here is just alternating between the 3rd fret and the 5th fret, 3rd and 2nd strings with your 1st finger and 3rd finger, with this 5th fret note on the 4th string pedaled in between each one. So it's going to look like this. So you're coming out of this. And that's what the pattern is going to look like. You're going to go 3, 5, 5, 5, 3, 5, 5, and then this theme that seems to recur throughout the song. Whole thing again. And finally, we're going to wrap it up with this, which is basically alternating between 3rd fret, 2nd and 3rd strings, and 5th fret, 4th string. So we have 2 of these, 1, 1. Again, that's 2 of these, 1, 1. Then we're going to use our 3rd finger to slide up to 7th, 2nd on 6th, 2nd string, and then we end it with a bend like this. Release the bend, pull. So your first finger is on the 3rd fret, 3rd string, and then slide your pinky up to the 8th fret, and that's the end of the song. So that last lick again is going to look like this. This is yet another lick that is better listened to very closely with the music than put into words. So listen closely to the tune and you'll be able to succeed with that one. So here's the whole solo without the music. Here's what it's going to sound like. So there we have it, the solo to the 3rd solo to Lit Up. Onward we move.